Hello my fellow creators and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, I'm playing along once again this month in Kendra's card challenge number 6, and as I mentioned before, her card sketches are just so easy to follow. You're able to cut up your pattern paper quite easily, and what I do is as I cut it up, I set them aside in envelopes I have marked with the appropriate sketch so that I know which papers go with which sketch. So she has card sketches 1 through 6 on this page, and then card sketches 7 through 12, and card sketches 13 through 15. And here is where she has the instructions. Also instructions on how to enter her card challenge. So let me share with you the cards that I made using the challenge this month. Now here's those envelopes I was talking about. They were just some extra ones, and I just mark them with which card number. And here is card sketch number 1. And for the ink on here, I pulled out some of my Delicata inks that I had in my stash. The pink shimmer and rose gold. So I kind of alternated between them. Sometimes I used both to give it a shadowy effect. And then I used various stamp sets. For this one, I used MFT's Birthday Greetings, and I used Celebrate Your Special Day. So that is card sketch number 1. For card sketch number 2, there it is. And for card sketch number 2, I used this Mama Elephant Thank You Wishes, and I used a large thank you stamp. And again, I used my Delicata inks. And then for the layering cardstocks, I just used cardstock that I had in my stash. It's from Recollections. For card sketch number 3, I actually used some ribbon I had in my stash. And then for the background paper, I used extra of the pattern paper that I had. So I don't remember what paper pad this is from. This came in a card kit. But I wanted to use up some of it, so I used it as the background panel. And then once again for this sentiment, I used the MFT Birthday Greetings. And then these little pearl embellishments were just some I had in my stash. I believe I got them at Dollar Tree. For card sketch number 4, I used a little bit of this rose gold paper I had in my stash. And I only have a little bit left, but I cut some strips here for the sides. I didn't use a full matting panel. And once again, for the background layer, I used some more of that paper that I had, the pattern paper. And the sentiment, I used Simon Says Stamp's Uplifting Thoughts. And I put, today is a good day to smile. For card sketch number 5, I used one of these pre-printed sentiment strips that I had in my stash, and again the pattern paper as the background layer. And for card sketch number 6, it called for a striped paper in the background. So I pulled out this pattern paper I had that has the stripes of sorts. And again, I used the pre-printed sentiment and this rose gold cardstock I have. So there are the first 6. Let me show you the sketches. And I kind of stuck pretty closely, I'm sorry, I stuck pretty closely to what the sketches look like. So here's number 1. And then here is number 2. Here's number 3. And then here is number 4. Here is number 5. And here is number 6. So those are the first 6. Let me share with you the next 6. Card sketch number 7. Here we go. And I used a square shape here and a embellishment I had already colored in my stash. Card sketch number 8. For that one, I used a Simon Says Stamp Yay stamp set. Card sketch number 9. I used a pre-printed sentiment, and I did go in with some of my Delicata ink and just go over it to add the pink color to it. Card sketch number 10. Again, a pre-printed sentiment. Card sketch number 11 called for a specialty paper. So I had this embossed pearlescent paper in my stash that I got in a kit several years ago and just couldn't bring myself to using, but I did today. And then card sketch number 12, I used a pre-printed sentiment here as well. Now let's compare the sketch to my cards and see how closely I stuck to them. Card sketch number 7, I changed this to a square shape instead of the circle shape. Card sketch number 8, I did stick to it pretty closely. Card sketch number 9, again I used an image I already had in my stash and another pre-printed sentiment. Card sketch number 10, I didn't add the circle shape here, but I did add a pre-printed sentiment here. Card sketch number 11, I did stick to it. I did add a matte layer though, with some of the very pale blush cardstock I had, and a pre-printed sentiment. And then card sketch number 12, I added this sentiment strip. As you can see, there's only 2 decorative strips here, which are these 2, but I added the sentiment strip. So I stuck to those pretty closely. And then let's look at the final 3. Card sketch number 13. And again, more of the pearls from Dollar Tree. And again, using the Simon Says Stamp Uplifting Thoughts for the sentiment. Card sketch number 14. And for this one, I used the Simon Says Stamp Thankful Flowers, and I used this sentiment and one of the little hearts. And last but not least, card sketch number 15. And I didn't add a sentiment or anything to this quite yet. I think I may die cut a sentiment out and add it later. But sometimes I like to leave cards without a sentiment so that I can add it accordingly, because I could use this as a sympathy card, a thank you card, a birthday card. So I'll leave that blank until I'm going to use it. Now let's see how closely I came to the sketches. And this one, I stuck right to it. That's number 13, number 14. Instead of adding this circle image or circle and layer, I went with a rectangle so that I could fit that beautiful sentiment there. And then card sketch number 15 I stuck with, and I'll add a die cut sentiment when I'm ready to use this card. And there you have my 15 completed cards for Kendra's card challenge number 6 for the month of May. I'll be sure to link Kendra's card challenge in the description box below so that you too can play along. Thanks so much for sticking around to the end. I'd be thrilled if you subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow me on any of my other social media platforms. As always, have a beautiful, safe, and creative day. Thanks for watching. Bye!